All right, we're going to get started with a traditional War of the Spark draft. Thanks to my sponsor, Card Kingdom, for supporting my content. They are providers of everything you need on the Magic front. Singles, boosters, pre-orders, sell your old stuff, buy your new stuff, sell your new stuff, buy your old stuff. They got it all. I went there literally yesterday and had an emergency need for a card, and I didn't want to pay cash, so I brought my binder of spare stuff and asked if there was a buyer available, and there was. And normally I just try to put in my buy orders and send them in and let them do it on their own time. But it was urgent, and they came down and gave me a one-on-one buy session to give me trade value for my cards so that I was able to get the card I needed without spending any cash, and I appreciated that as well. Thanks, Card Kingdom. All right, let's draft. Oh yeah, they always do fun stuff with tokens. Every purchase you make has something fun in it that's beyond what you ordered. Let's try this. Okay. LSV is pretty high on this card because of the ability to swap planeswalkers and to swap an uncommon planeswalker that you're done with. So there is the rare. I think this is the pick of the pack in terms of best win percentage for the deck. But Role Reversal is a solid card, and it's a rare, which, you know, I like to lean into, especially pack one, pick one, where we have no idea what the bots are going to be telling us to do color-wise. So probably going to take most of the pack one, pick one rares and mythics we see. Mythics especially. Rares you can make an argument for. But the pack one, pick one, you just don't know what colors you are, and so it's really hard to come up with a EV for gems that doesn't support the rare in pack one, pick one. And then we have Spark Double passed to us, which is very good also, and goes with this. I can leave that there. Don't I put it in the sideboard? Very playable. Valhalla says also drops by Card Kingdom with binders and leaves with cards. Excuse me. That's weird. Apparently I have a drinking problem. Yeah, let's take the Spark Double and, sorry, I'm lollygagging when the pick is pretty easy. I like the Triumph here over the Prophet. Hopefully we wheel the Prophet or maybe even the Dreadhorde twins, but love where this is starting. Suritemi finds too much deadness on the Spark Double. Well, we'll keep that in mind. I think it maybe depends somewhat on the quality of what you're copying, right? So we'll keep that in mind and not necessarily assume that we're going to play it just because it's a rare clone. Double D's in draft. Yeah, I think this also underscores, yeah, it's a format tough to fit in everything. Reminds me a lot of Mirrored in that way, but do we take a contentious plan? No, I think we don't have to force this. We should look at what's the best card here, which may be Divine Arrow or Griffin. And if we ended up blue-white skies, that would be fine. There's also a Tidebearer Giant, which is okay. I'm just not quite sold here on taking contentious plan just because we have blue cards already. Also, don't know if... I'm not even looking at Deckmaster because I assume it's not providing voting action yet. Please let me know if you see other streams successfully getting voting results displayed. Nice. Suritemi, I'm with you on bomber removal over Spark Double. Like, it's not insane that it got passed, but it's good. Anyway, what do we do here? What did you think of my thoughts on where to go from here? We could also take Soren's Thirst to hedge towards a possible blue-black. I like Dimir in this format. I've not really played a straight blue-white skies deck, so that's kind of interesting to me. So yeah, let's take arrow and see where it goes. Oh, there's another arrow. If I'd known another arrow was coming, I would have taken the Griffin, I think. But Rising Populace is also a strong white card from... I have not really played this, and I've played against it, and I've managed to contain it. I've gotten rid of it before it has gotten out of hand, but it did demand my attention, right? I used resources to make sure it didn't beat me. Yeah. All right. More removal seems fine. Not the flyer we're really looking for if we're blue-white. You know, you want to do better than that, to the point that I look at Battlefield Promotion as a combat trick that's done a lot of little things. Saratemi likes Light Shield. I guess for a Skies deck, this is fair, huh? Yeah, we may even abandon blue. It's possible that that we have two divine arrows. Yeah, maybe I've been, since I haven't played blue-white skies, I've been not really thinking of Light Shield as a real card, but it totally would be in blue-white skies. So let's take it. It's only been okay in my mind against me, so that's why it wasn't leaping out at me here. Yeah, blue has just dried up completely, so we should really keep that in mind. We went 1, 2, 3, and then have not really had a justifiable blue pick since. Yeah, so it could just be the packs. We don't want to read too much into it, but we got some data points here, and I'm just trying to figure out how to lean then. Because invading, like, let's say we abandon the white, then I would like to have, I think, Manticore or just Turret Ogre. But Lynx, so I guess it's Lynx or Turret Ogre, depending on whether we want to lean towards the white-blue deck or the red-blue deck. Hey, Queen. Yeah, I like the Masticore, but I also don't want to prioritize 6s. I would rather take a 4 than a 6, was my thinking. And I'm not into the statue. Yeah, links into Light Shield is definitely a line. All right, let's take the white card. Stealth mission, is that good enough? Because there's Plaza. Yeah, we could take Plaza, but if we're going skies, I kind of just want to curve out. Yeah, if we're taking Plaza, maybe helps us even play something like a role reversal. All right, I'm gonna, I'll take the Plaza for hedging for future power. Like this, the cards are so powerful in this set that taking the ability to splash seems valuable. We might not even play it, but the potential to play something stupid later is what that pick is about. Heartwarming Redemption. If we ended up splashing red, but we're still not happy to play this, right? Talk about wheel spinning. I practically don't want to ever run this because optimizing your play around it is more than my poor brain can handle. Maybe a Catharsis for the board. And uncommon. On the hedge that we end up heavy red-blue somehow, and we need that. Like, see, here's a Burning Prophet and a No Escape. So, like, I don't know what to read from these pack signals. Like, what? And there's another Light Shield. So, what are we for sure? Like, we should probably just take the one we're for sure. So that's Light Shield again? Is that where we're most certain? Is it at this point in white? I suppose it is. And then Sorin's Thirst comes all the way around, and Tidebearer? Wow. Yep, I'm with you, Nick. Like, the profit was like, oh, yeah, well, if the rest of the pack had gone where we thought it was, the profit would be perfect. And it may just be, but the profit being there may just mean these packs were light on playable red. Like, we had, yeah, the signals are a mess, and it's probably just the color density of packs. Like, we got one pack that had a bunch of red cards in it. So, yeah, pots are looking at... I guess we'll take the Giant as the most long shot thing we would play if this gets so disastrous that we're like, well, we got to splash this 6-drop with our Plaza because we're out of, you know, playables. Take that. This is... the Sad Submersible for the rare slot. But Rescuer Sphinx for the quality. No white really in the pack at all other than tied to Celebrant. Ben loves the sub. Well, but really, does he like it over? You think he likes it over Rescuer Sphinx? This is the gem pick as well, though. So there's the, you know, if a Hall of Famer is like, this is a good card in blue and it's a rare, we could justify it on that alone for science as well. Yes, thank you, Stratic. I suppose calling it playable maybe is being high on it. I'm going to take the Sphinx. I'm going to throw gems to the wayside and take the card I want to take. And here we have a Wanderer's Strike. I'm going to take that. I think we're settling in on blue-white here. But we could still do things like take a Scorn for the splash. I think that's probably better than a Battalion or a Contentious Plan. If we get another Gateway Plaza, we could do that. Hey, Tenno. Yeah, it's like, nothing here matters too much. This is just the best card. I'm going to take it. This is maybe the best card, but for us, I think this is the best card. You like Plan? Yeah, we could just take the thing we know is playable. That's true. A couple of light shields to work with. Spark Double enters with a counter. All right. Grown-up pick. This isn't super playable, although I did find a legit place to bring this card in. It was actually at the pre-release, so it's bomb-heavy pre-release. I'm in a grindy matchup against a guy who, in Game 1, got up to 29 life off of 3 green spells that gave him 3 life. And then there was a bunch of trades and milling and removal, and he plays Command the Dreadhorde and just puts 20 CMC versus a worth of casting cost on the table, including my stuff. And so I brought in Narset's Reversal because I figured our game was going super long. That would be that's what you counter with Narset's Reversal, is your opponent's attempt at a Command the Dreadhorde. But do we take it here? Could take it just for gold. I'm okay on Transmutation. I especially like having them in the board against gods and even against green, especially if you're blue-red. Like I've liked having Transmutation in the board for blue-red because it has trouble with big green creatures, and bringing them down to size is a legit way to deal. I'm gonna go be gem greedy here, though. I'm gonna take gems. Those cards were fine, but I don't think anything there was so good that it was worth more than pushing up towards gem grinding. We can take Iron Bully here. I've never really played this card, but oh, there's another Lynx. We should just take another Lynx, because then it doubles our ability to go potential Lynx into Light Shield. I kind of missed that. This doesn't seem great with what we are doing. What do we have up here? Define, yeah, that does not, I'm not down. I know it's only one white, so you could really just think of this as cycle for a white as long as you have a creature. So maybe that is playable because of that. This is pretty trappy. I disagree. 4 mana 3/3 is, well, again, with card evaluations, word choice is so important. Like, you use the word bad. Isn't bad ever? Maybe it's not bad ever, but these days a 3/3 for 4 is rarely good. It's rarely above rate. It's wins above replacement is negative, in my estimation. Doesn't mean we can't take it, because it does have synergies. But I'm talking about Hill Giants. This is a Hill Giant plus. It's not just a Hill Giant, although it is a Hill Giant minus in the sense that if you bounce it, it's dead. You know, so it's worse against bounce. Yeah, it is probably the pick over the random draw card, though. I'll give you that. And here I like the Griffin over the Populace. Let's see, curve-wise. Yeah, Griffin is perfect. Another Relentless Advance, a Sky Theater Strix was I've only really liked it. I've only really liked it in red-blue spells, but even a 1/2 flyer is passable when you're trying to contain planeswalkers. Yeah, we'll take it. It's just I haven't loved it in anything but red-blue. Yeah, we'll take this. Another Light Shield for the curve into Light Shield plan we have going. Here's a stealth mission we can pick up. Looking pretty good that we're not playing this. And I'll remember we have this, but right now let's assume we are straight blue-white and see what that looks like. Another Time Twist or a first Totally Lost? Yeah, I think we're not gonna, not gonna main deck both, but I like one main. You want one Totally Lost? Yeah, sometimes you need it for like if they're about big on amass tokens, just 5 mana to instant speed kill the army is not bad. Twist plus Sphinx. Yeah, that's good too. I think we'll get it Totally Lost later if we want. Not sure what's correct there. But there are definitely matchups where we'll be happy to bring in a second Time Twist. Domri. Oh, am I not using... Let's see if... I don't have Carpe's tool up. I don't know if it's working with this set yet. Anyway, maybe not. I think this is one of the ones that we 4-of'd, right? So I think this is gems. I want the Thunder Drake or the Wanderer's Strike, but especially I think. Here you go, see. In a sense, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm going and looking, and because I thought we did have 4, but we believe that we are an account that is going to naturally get to 4x of all the rares anyway through our pace of play and our win rate. So in a sense, it doesn't really matter to us whether or not we had 0 Domries or 4 Domries, because eventually we're going to have 4. So filling that bucket up to 4 is moving us towards gems no matter what. So I am going to do it. We're going to take a gem pick there. We have we're stacked. We can make a 23 card deck quite easily. Just miss a little bit of power by missing that pick. Here's another Strix opportunity. Contentious Plan, probably wheels. We could take this, but like it feels like we have 2 Time Twists. Are we really going to run plating? An instant speed creature is okay, but like, what is the job of this card? and isn't it overlapping too much with a card we already have 2 of? Whereas we could take Despark and remind ourselves we have a Plaza and potentially splash a Spark. But we could also really move it, like how we're doing 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 so far that combo with the light shield. I'm into it. Let's just, we got 3 light shields. Let's pile up on 2 drops and make sure we get that combo going. Plating might even be better than Twist, but it's still replacing a Twist, right? Like, it's not an important card for us. If we think in terms of what we want is to make sure we hire all the cards for the right jobs in our company here, and they may be better than Stupid Teferi that we hired, but it's a big pain. You know, we can just take this, is what I'm saying. Thunderdrake, Bond of Insight has been good. Krenko can be kind of bomby and is a rare. We could just take the rare for gems again. But Kasmina is one of those uncommon planeswalkers I really like because she does protect herself. Right, that's the thing. So people are observing that Krenko is indeed a bomb, but Krenko is a bomb on turn 3 and or with power pumping. Or with, definitely we have, like, Stealth Mission. You know, like, Stealth Mission on Krenko is nonsense, for example. So that's the thing. Krenko is good, but on turn 3, and this isn't a turn 3 red deck, Kasmina is just fantastic and is really perfect for this deck. If this were a Mythic that were passed to us, I'd take the Mythic for gems, but I think this is the kind of place, if I may... indulge for a moment to look at our chart again. Left monitor. It's about so we're at a 60% win rate. This is the line we're looking at on whether we're taking a rare for win rate or gold. We need to expect the win rate to be pushed up by about 0.5% over the rare. And we're not at, I don't know if we're at 0.5% with this card. But yeah, Kasmina might not be a full 0.5%, might not meet that line exactly, but it's probably closer than most and close enough that I'm going to say, hey, let's take it.
And learn your true power.
I don't know about definitely Blast. I've seen the numbers of how cards affect things, and it really just does not affect it that much. So Saheeli, you say, how are we doing on triggers for that? We have 2 arrows, plan, time twist is good. We have another time twist we could bring in. Stealth mission, spark double. On Saheeli would be funny. Probably just a Saheeli here.
Prepare to marvel at my masterpieces.
Will do. Firemind Vessel doesn't help us unless we are really enamored with our splashes. Why are we splashing red? Yeah, I like transmutation here. Dam Breaker, Battlefield Promotion, Martyr for the Cause does some stuff too. It can take on a counter from Light Shield, or it can just die and make Light Shield a 2/5. Our top end is Enforcer Griffin. Yeah, our top end is not great, which is partly why I want to zoom in on the 3 light shields and 2-drop creatures. But yes, Dambreaker, that is good support for Dambreaker, or even a Skulker that can threaten Planeswalkers. But I like Dambreaker. Dambreaker has been very good for me and against me. Interesting. All three of these are arguable, I think, for what we are up to here. What are we missing the most? Do we want more light shielding to really lock in on, having 4 and 4 makes that a pretty reliable 2-3 punch. If we are facing removal, Rising Populace, not even removal, if we're facing trades in combat, Colin wants to move in on 4 light shields. Wish we had more in the air. Like, we have Rescuer Sphinx and Enforcer Griffin, and then these Strixes. Nick likes Populace. I'm going to go with Light Shield, and maybe even, hopefully, maybe we wheel a Martyr for the Cause. I think there was one earlier. Like, if we get other 2s, like... Wow, okay. Really, now, if... maybe I'd go back and take something else here. There's a Plaza. Where do we end up on splashing? If we took the Plaza, would we bother? Like, we would have Role Reversal available. Or, yeah, that's about it. Five Light Shield seems like a lot. Maybe we just want a 3-2. Hey, Wujo, I don't know what we're doing. We're talking about whether or not we need a 5th Light Shield, and it seems like a little too much. Yeah, I think the Gateway is correct. Like, we may just want to bring this in against Lily, for example. I would totally bring this in against Lily. So yeah, let's take the ability to do that. Makeshift Battalion may be playable in this pile. All right, we got all 3 wheeled. And now with 4 light shields, and with this, I think we just plan it. We have a plan. Doesn't seem to be very contentious with chat, though. Might use this to enable that splash we were talking about. And we have a Catharsis in the board if we somehow thought that was important, so we'll take an uncommon. We're not going to play that land, though. I don't think so. Yeah, I'll just call it. Donut Slayer asks, do you think the decrease in win percentage from rare drafting increases linearly with multiple rares, or is there a non-linear effect? That's a reasonable question. I think it is not necessarily linear because the nature of the question is wins above replacement. It's about the fact that it's not, we've talked about this in the context of rare drafting, that you're not leaving a rare-shaped hole in your deck and you're running 22 cards and 1 blank. You're putting a replacement card in. And what's the gap between the replacement card that you ended up running versus the quality card that you could have taken? And frequently that is the gap that's small enough to justify the rare drafting. As you rare draft, you have to go deeper and deeper into your barrel to get your replacement, and so that gap gets wider and wider. So no, I don't think it's linear, but I'm not exactly sure how to value it either. Yeah, let's see. We have 1311. You can cut one thing or bring in some other stuff. Bring in a Transmutation main. Again, I like this against gods and green. I don't want to do 16 because I do want to play the Dam Breaker, and I do want to do multiple spells on turns 4 and 5. I think that's where people get a little too greedy with 16, in the sense of thinking about, well, we're very aggro and we're doing this tight low curve. But for me, it's about, no, I really want 4 mana by turn 5, you know? Yeah, Kasmina helps us loot. I'm just not into the land shaving when I'm running 5s and 6s that I want to cast, and when I really want to cast multiple spells on turn 4. So given that, what are we cutting? Stealth mission? No, I think that fits into the plan. We want to counter and proliferate, so let's think in those terms. Maybe that helps us find the cut. Maybe it is a time twist. Battalion. It is part of this attack, you know, yeah, maybe it is the weakest. It's not really what we want to do on 3, is it? We're trying to do this. And then 9 versus 8, does that make sense? Yeah, with the Saheeli it does, and the Rescuer Sphinx. I like 9-8. I don't see anything up here that I regret not running right now. We didn't take the sub. That was the one place we didn't rare draft this draft. Because I think we took... No, the Kasmina pick was the Goblin. No, we took Rescuer Sphinx over the sub. No, but we do have a lot of proliferate going on. So that's one reason that we have it in. I mean, do you like Battalion better than that? I guess that's the question. Or throw in a transmutation, you know, something like that. Yeah, let's try that. I think we'll be ready to pull this if it's not doing what we need. But also dropping flyers out of the sky is good when you're racing in a Skies deck or whatever. Let's start there. Oh wait, I didn't cap it though. Yeah, there was a rare draft we took over that what probably would have been a Thunder Drake, and that may be a costly rare draft in the sense that a Thunder Drake would go quite well in this deck. Let's switch views, go to Battlefield, and update stuff. We'll keep this. If we draw a Light Shield in the next couple of turns, we get to do the Pouncing Lynx Contentious Plan trick. Hey, Arlove. No specific plans to be on LR, and I haven't made any specific plans with Marshall to have him here, but both of those things could happen. All right, one more shot at Light Shield for turn 3. Come on, deck, we have a plan. You know how this works. There's Spark Double sitting in our hand, threatening to be uncastable, as was predicted by, I think, Sir Temi at least, and +1'd by somebody else. That can happen with Spark Double. You're just not happy with your targets for it. Now we need a light shield to power up the links and get through here. No, just a bunch of land for us to start. Don't think I want to Divine Arrow the Wall of Runes, but I'm going to go ahead and take the attack. Because then when they block with the Wall of Runes and we don't do anything about it, then they'll be maybe less scared of something like Divine Arrow, and I'd rather take out the Theater Strix. Yeah, we may Spark Double the links. It might be good enough to have a 3/2 first strike on our turn card. Now I think I want to try and get that Mowu with Divine Arrow before it picks up any counters, so we're going to let this Strix live. Our options here are basically Divine Arrow with Contentious Plan as a cycle if we wanted, but I think we actually do just want to use it with what we have coming up here. We could put Kasmina, but that's where the Strix, despite being a little underwhelming, again pulls its weight because it can just threaten to make a Planeswalker uncastable. You say it's for sure to do this or this, but I think there's good reasons to hang back and try and take out Mowu before it gets counters. That's true that we can then clone Kasmina. All right, I'm going to start with Kasmina then. That's a good point.
Join my order. Unity is focus on what matters.
And it really does put Oppo in a spot where now they got to come at Kasmina. They may do it with the Strix, and we'll see if they cast an instant. What I don't want is like an instant that puts counters on Mowu would be bad for us here because it's just like a lot. Then we don't have blocks down here, and then Sky Theater is good up top.
Oh, you require control.
Yeah, Stratic, I hear what you're saying, but if they had an instant, Kasmina would be at 1, right? So they needed more than just... And there was also the possibility of what just happened happening. So now... Yeah, Sahelian to plan, except, oh, we don't have the mana for it, actually. I don't think there was a way I could have done that to have the mana for it either. Oh, no, I should have done Kasmina first. Sequencing, yeah. This format, I got to stop playing lands really quickly because I may have cost us our ability to execute exactly that that play. But yeah, I do like Saheli leaving up Arrow then. And then we'll wait on Kasmina.
If it's a challenge you want, then a challenge you'll get.
Yeah, Spark Double and plan after Divine Arrowing this turn should be pretty devastating. What do we Spark Double? Do you like Kasmina or Saheli? I'm down. I think Kasmina is the best of these two. And And we got one land to pitch to Kasmina, and if we draw any more in the next, if there's any number of lands in the top handful of cards, it's going to be very good to have multiple Kasminas. Yeah, +4 to targeting our creatures as well. That's a good point. Not that blue-green is doing too much of that, but enough. Certainly blue is bouncing and green is fighting and all that. Oppo really tanking this one out. If they send both Strix and Companion, we're going to double block on the Companion, see what they've got to offer. And then, oh man, they're going after Saheeli, huh? Like, I don't even care that Strix hits the Saheeli, so I may... Let's go, let's do this, see what Oppo's up to, and then decide what to arrow. They're letting this just happen. I kind of like, can I stop after damage? Here we go. Let's take this, because that's good for us. And then we can Divine Arrow the Strix. Little fiddly magic thing that's important to know, because we did want to accept opponent's offer there, and if we put something on the stack, we give them the opportunity to change the offer, so we prevented that by doing it that way. And the cost was 1 counter on Saheeli, which didn't seem like a big deal. Because this is about attacking or blocking creature, and as soon as you leave combat, they are no longer attackers or blockers. But after damage, they still are. Let's... First we need to spark double, but we need to leave blue. Don't screw me, auto tap.
Try to keep up. My students are loyal and brilliant.
I guess we get rid of the time twist, because we really want to do this plan. Great.
My students are loyal geniuses.
Loyal geniuses. Seems like that should be the name of my cover band for something, but I can't figure out what yet. What's Loyal Geniuses my cover band for? We don't want to copy anything right now. All right. That's pretty good. My Talking Heads cover band. Next turn we get to Rescuer Sphinx. Can we can bounce original Kasmina and replay her into this clone, right? Isn't legendary. Okay, so yeah, this is not legendary. Great. Yes, servos into sphinxes. After that.
We are the future.
With 6 mana, we can do it all. So we'll ditch this land. Target an artifact you control. This one. Target... Wait. Target an artifact or creature you control. This one.
Some lessons for you all.
Now, we may want to just even leave the Rescuer back to protect against Thunderdrake, since we like our Planeswalkers. So I'm going to just attack with this and defend our Planeswalkers. And we'll throw down a Sphinx rather than represent anything, I think. Oh. Well, look. It's important to think about theoretical strategy as well. I still got better at Magic there at that moment. Oh boy. Oh boy.
War is coming. I will not be unprepared. Join my cause.
Yeah. Still get rid of that. Yeah.
Home
Spider in the
control.
house. Still gonna keep ditching lands, I think. Let's go. Like this again.
Genius is as genius does.
We can wait on the contentious plan. Gotta start thinking if we're wide enough to just all-out attack, but not yet. They're at 17 life, so we're just gonna keep grinding this board advantage. $17 life and a lot of good blocks, so we don't have an all-out attack or anything. Yeah, I know this is going to be a 5-4, but I still just want to defend against Thunderdrake. I think if we protect our Planeswalkers with the contentious plan coming here, it's going to be even better for us. Better for our long-term win percentage, anyway. Yeah, trading a servo for a snare spinner. I'm cool with that. Now with Divine Arrow and Enforcer Griffin, we have all the options in the world. Heck, I practically want land now, but 16 will still... Yeah, we might loot the Strix. I think we have what we need. Strix isn't doing anything particularly useful.
Is a new lesson.
I like Light Shield better. We can put a light shield counter on a servo and start turning that into the Sphinx. Yeah, light shield on Griffin is also good. Let's leave double Casmina. 4, 5, 6. We don't get Griffin and Divine Arrow, but let's do this. Oh, I could have. Wait. I still can cancel that. Belay that order. Oh, Saheeli's -2. Yeah, I guess we don't want to kill Saheeli, huh? And now I'm okay. I'm going to send in the Sphinx. I should have cast this after combat, but I cast this thinking that I was going to use Saheeli and then change my mind, so that's why that sequencing isn't the best. We may be at attack with everything now as well. They have 2 good blocks and take out 2 of our 5 dudes, but everything else gets through. Yeah, I think we're in attack with everything now. Time for aggression. In fact, if I'm being aggressive, I should probably just minus Kasmina after this. Oh, you missed a Thunderdrake plate, and I missed activating it, so you get a late one. This is what I should have done when Thunderdrake arrived. Well, no. That's what I do when the burglar rat arrives. Anyway, this is what you missed. Thunder! I wonder if when Brian Johnson auditioned to be the lead singer of AC/DC, if it was like Mary Poppins and they just went to the door and said, "You can all go home now." All right. That was pretty busted. Good job, Kasmina. We did take Kasmina over a rare draft. I was saying it was on the edge of what I thought would be value to our win percentage gem EV versus the value to our rare drafting gem EV, and she certainly proved her worth that game. Yeah. And Kasmina is part of my... There's things in every color at every rarity pushed above, one rarity notch above where it's at. And like Kasmina has a rare level impact on the game, I think. So, we didn't see anything we wanted to swap Planeswalker-wise, right? I think we just, we didn't see much there. Blue-green, so if anything, like we might want to take out a Time Twist. We ended up pitching that. We keep in the transmutation because we like it against big green stuff. But what does that leave us with replacements? Like we could just a relentless advance. I think a 3/3 for 3 is decent in this matchup because of the green as well. And we can proliferate it up a couple of times and then it can tangle on the ground with Oppo's best green stuff. It's really about the only choice we have besides like what to swap. Or if we want a battalion in for another 3 power. Yeah, Siratemi's looking at that. Although we're almost done here, I'm going to fire it off. Battalion, we can consider like battalion over something, but I really do like our light shield plan on 3. That seems fine. Well, for Strix plus Stealth Mission had better be broken because you're using 2 cards, right? I think we'll go into Saheeli if they don't put any pressure down, partly because we can rescue the Strix, bring back the Strix, and then have a turn where we go Stealth Mission Contentious Plan. Yeah, could be a counter spell. Do we not play into it though? I don't know about not playing into it just because they're showing it. I'm fine with making him have it because then we get Rescuer Sphinx next turn or whatever. I'm just gonna keep curving out, make him have it.
I love a good challenge. This should be fun.
Yes, Shahili should have been first. Sorry, I was thinking of this as instants and sorceries. So missed point of damage. We'll see if that matters. They should be at 18. There's the big dog. I'll go ahead and attack with the Strix, and we'll bounce it with the Rescuer Sphinx, and then see if Oppo wants to come at us. Or we could actually bring up Saheeli right now, and then Mowu can't really attack her, and then we can try and bring her back down when we're going to do some of this nonsense. I actually like that. Let's do that. Can't attack a Planeswalker I don't leave around. Like, we can go Saheeli, Contentious Plan next turn, even. And then we have at least a chump for the Mowu. Oh, it's got Trample, though. Alright, glad that Mowu does not yet have a counter, so it's only a 5/5 as of right now. Ah, Mowu, Mowu, Mowu. Definitely don't want to planes. We have more blue, so I should be doing blue every time I can. Can we race effectively? This trample is bad news. Again, this is kind of why I like that having that enchantment against that aura against green. You could stealth into plan. Is that enough of a, is that good enough? So it becomes, are we racing at that point? Maybe it gives us the best chance. Like we set up the Strix to race this turn, and then Saheeli for some, no, I don't think we have a totally lost in. No, I'm pretty sure we don't. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. We kind of have to try to set up to race here. I think our chance of winning is a little low here, but I do like creating in the Strix here something that may be able to race Mowu if we find an answer there. Maybe TBM. I was roped on one hourglass there. Had to decide, pick a line. So I started with making our win condition, and then we'll try to play the stalling game from here. What can we draw? That's a good thing for us to see from Oppo. Hey, just what the race ordered, right? Wow. New plan, ladies and gentlemen, new plan. Interesting that they left Mowu back. What does that mean? They maybe have the +1 plus whatever reach thing or something? Oh, vigilance. They did attack. Thank you. I couldn't figure that out for a second. Reading, you know. You especially don't need to read cards when you have chat. They do it for you. Ha ha ha. My reading minions. Yeah, hopefully this is just a table flip pause from Oppo. Or they're slow rolling an answer. Maybe they blink Mowu? No, there it goes. Also brings Strix to lethal if... Yeah, because we have Saheeli to activate it next turn. Did we get there? Another fierce doggy. But this one appears to be too late. We can even do it light shield style.
What an interesting creature. Let's see how you work.
Hooray! Starting off on the good foot. That's true. Mowu got 2 +1/+1 counters, but we saw about 5 in the matchup. Alright, right back in. Oppo, we're waiting. All right, we're mulliganing that. Snoll, unfortunately. Ugh. All right, we're gonna win from here, no problem. And we'll keep a Jace's Triumph. We need land, but Jace's Triumph is the type of card that gets you out of a double mulligan, so we gotta keep it. Yikes. Lynx or Arrow up? I'm going to go with Lynx. Arrow is going to be good against this creature for several more turns, even if they make use of its ability, so we'll try and catch it later. We could Arrow the Crunch. I think we just wait now. We show ourselves as missing land drops and weak, so they won't really play around the Divine Arrow, I don't think, and we can just choose which of these we want to take out. Given that the Crunch is now going to be able to attack with support of the Lynx as well, I'm just going to take out the 4/3. There would be an argument for, like, stranding it as a non-attacker, but it doesn't look like that's going to be realistic. I'm going to offer this trade as well, although maybe we need to protect Kasmina with an extra creature. Yeah, I'm going to say no blocks. I think we need to save our Lynx blocks for when we're trying to protect a potential Planeswalker. Now, Yeah, maybe we... just use the transmutation now on something. I know I could hit plan for land, but I'm being a little bit greedy, because if we get a land naturally for Light Shield, and then we can actually start using the proliferate, because we actually have a block here, and I think, or we could put this here and threaten to block here. In fact, it's a little. I'm going to do it on the links. Maybe I should put it here, because they probably have combat tricks. They're running this, but you just run this in red-white, actually, you know. And I am not going to threaten to block, so I will attack. Ah, they're going to arrow. Okay. All right, now we got a plan. We have put it off as long as possible. But I'm okay with that line. I think if we found a land there, we'd be pretty happy. And we still might be if we can find one here. You know, at least it blocks and kills two of the things we're looking at over there. Still not completely dead if we can just find a land. Okay, okay. See if we can actually somehow, some way. This looks like this Opbo's username is like if Nick got lazy and wanted to reduce his character count. So the Light Shield is successfully holding it. Let's play Kasmina.
Under my instruction, you will steer the course of death. My students are loyal and brilliant.
What is the least important here? If we draw a land, we can go Light Shield's links into a double cast. Triumph eventually helps us get back into it. Yeah, it's probably the links, even though it could be part of a decent 2-spell turn next turn. It's a very aggressive card with the first strike. So yeah, I like the idea of keeping it for 2-spell purposes, but I think it's the weakest card here for us. And they couldn't find an attack on Kasmina, so that's great. So let's go Spark Double, and then we get extra blockers. We get a bunch of extra blockers.
Impress me, and I may offer my help. We are the future. My students are loyal geniuses.
With one of these Light Shields and keep playing some lands. Hey, Rob. So many shields, so many Kasminas. Four shields, yeah. What attacks do they have? They can come hard at Kasmina 4. And what would our blocks be? Our blocks would be good, basically. Well, that helps their blocks somewhat. Or somewhat helps their attacks, but I'd still be fine with an all-out attack here. We would have choices, but decent ones. They're doing it, and they're coming at us. Okay, that even gives us some more flexibility. We'd even do something like take an attack from the crunch. We do put ourselves in range of some red burn. But let's start with some of the more obvious blocks. See what that looks like. See, so we could do that, and our risk here is that we lose to burn. Our alternative is that we chump the crunch, or we could do light shield and one of these on it as well. So you could do like this and this, which is still a 1-for-1 in that spot. And yeah, if they have a lava axe, it doesn't matter. But there's other stuff like the heart fire or whatever. The question, if we can't beat that stuff, though, then we should... I'm kind of going to play like they don't have that, and that this is kind of a desperation attack before we better take over the game here. And to that end, 3 versus 2 doesn't matter that much either, so I'm going to back off and go back to the original plan. Sorry, let's do it like this, and like this. Because 2 versus 3, if we're dead or we're not. And I think if we're not, we'd rather have this block. Let's start here.
Hone your control.
Stealth mission. Probably not what we want. Although, Dam Breaker is what we want, just not yet. I'm going to ditch stealth mission, and we're going to take a shot on finding a land. I'm going to do this, and now we have a 1-for-1 block on the crunch that kills it. And we can even start attacking here, I think, because if they manage to remove this, we just chump. Start with this very nice proliferate. I think we're even fine in the case of the 4-1 haste, right? We had blocks. That didn't suck.
Every day is a new lesson.
And let's just go ahead and go down to 1 Kasmina.
Focus on what matters.
4-4. Sure, if they have to block with the crunch, it gets real good for us, so let's do this. And I'm going to save this in case we proliferate and need another pitch. Okay. Legit problem. That puts us on a... oh, no, we have this. Perfect. Light Shield is now... Sometimes you need an 0-3. And we can exile... Oh, we can exile Tybalt. Do we... Wanderer Strike the Imp? Or the Devil, rather? And then if we attack with this and that at... well, we can attack... Yeah, we can send enough at Tybalt to end that. Yeah. Let's do that. And before we attack, I'm going to go ahead and cash in Kasmina. Thank you for your service, Kasmina. Based on the number of wizards we have,
Join my cause.
You did good work. Oh, strike is only creatures anyway. There you go. Again, I just let chat read for me. It's great. I don't need to show that yet. Let's do this, this, and this at Tybalt. And then we can decide If there's other attacks, nah, we'll just do the sure thing on Tybalt. Although if we really want to make a sure thing, we could attack with 2 more wizards. Right now, this is, if they have removal here, they could technically let Tybalt survive, but not with an arrow. An arrow doesn't solve the problem. I'm going to risk it. We're just going to assume these are enough for Tybalt.
Fine then, I'll leave.
And if they do have a Wanderer's Strike that is now freed up, looks like it was freed up, we'll take it. I think we can handle 1 removal spell there. Now, how much to attack with? We get 1... This, and this. And just leave the rest on D? I think I like that. Yeah, I like it when my opponent plays a 2/2 with no other text for 2 on turn 14 especially, right? Time Twist gives us a little play if we need it. I think we're all just... we all attack now except leave back this. And like, there we go. Twisty Dam Breaker would have been fun, but was not needed, it seems. Yeah, we mulled to 5 in that one, right? Held tough. Yeah, we were a Heartfire away from sadness, but we got it. What do we think about defenses against that? They were showing some arrows of their own. Red-white aggro. How can we get smaller? Or does it matter? We could play Battalion, Advance, as things that get on board against red a little bit faster. But then what do we give up for that? See, I think Light Shield is still better than Battalion against that stuff anyway. But maybe we take out the Time Twist again to add in the Relentless Advance. Yeah, I think I like that. They seem to have trouble with big stuff on the ground, and this is a 3/3 that gets bigger in our deck, so... And, well, we could... Time Twist, they did have some removal in red-white. We could still play one of these and take out something else. But I like this. Or we could take out Transmutation, which didn't do too much against kind of the weenie horde. Maybe I'll do it this way. Let's try that. Alright, well, if a late Light Shield was good for us in Game 1, an on-time Light Shield onto a Strix should be great. And Oppo in red-white not doing anything until at least 3 is also great for us. Currently, unless they have haste, this can't attack next turn, so there is a window to play Saheeli if we wanted, but I like just getting the Light Shield stuff going here. suggests to me that they're leaving up the arrow. But, you know, the arrow's going to get the Strix even if we were to get another counter on it. So I'm not inclined to do that. I'm actually, I think, more inclined to let them have this one and then deploy the next one. There it is. A little mana inefficient, but I think the correct play here.
You don't look scared. The more, the messier.
Now I want to... Ooh, that's interesting. Good. We can go Saheeli with Lynx. Or we could go Light Shield with... Saheeli triggers Sky Theater, and... although we could Wanderer's Strike... No, I want to Wanderer's Strike after we've put counters somewhere. So let's go with Light Shield onto Strix plus Lynx. Yeah, Saheeli or Light Shield do the same thing with regards to Tybalt. But Light Shield does it without... You like Saheeli over Light Shield? Because he could have another arrow. That's fair. Okay, I'm with that. That's a good reasoning. Given that they are equivalent plays in terms of how much pressure we attempt to put on Tybalt, and their willingness to play Tybalt into a Sky Theater Strix does suggest a second arrow, so that's a good call. So kind of expecting to get second arrowed here, but again, it's kind of what we have to do. Make them use their removal here, and see if we can get our other stuff going. If they pick off the Strix, we get to play Lynx. So something similar, at any rate. So now we'll play the Lynx. May chump with a Light Shield if they come in at Saheeli here. Hasty. Alright, so we're gonna trade here, or try to trade here, and try to chump here. I think that's correct. That's why I said try.
Cease this.
This much better hand is playing out much worse. That happens sometimes as well. I guess we have to... Wanderer's Strike and at least make a chump. You can... Right on Plusicus. Plusicus. So I think we're in bad shape here, but it starts with Wanderer striking this crunch. Actually, yeah, it does. Yeah, over the Legionnaire, because if they don't make the Legionnaire any bigger, at least the Light Shield can come down and get in front of it. That was my thought. And also a kind of an unspoken part of my mindset in spots like this where maybe I should speak it more is
Time to come up with a new
I'm
plan.
playing as though they're out of gas. You know, we were in such a bad spot that I had to start thinking in terms of, okay, let's say they have nothing else. This is their hand, and they draw nothing but lands from here. How do we stabilize and recover in that situation? That's how I start. You know, you start with, can we even recover here if they're drawing blanks for the rest of the game? And if the answer is no, then you got that answer. But sometimes the answer is yes, but only if, you know, then if we do this, then we have a chance or whatever. Yeah, we're holding land now. Lots of milling in the deck. Let's see, if we do this, they're probably just going to use this plus Jaya to kill the light shield. Maybe it's worth it to make them use their resources that way. Yeah, I think we got to make them use their resources somehow. Well, the one alternative would be like to wait until the light shield had support, try to draw a something else to support the light shield, basically. But yeah, we're here. Oh, oh yeah, that's right. See, I was counting on chat to read for me, and they didn't. So of course that happened. I think we are way out of it now. How do we recover from this? Let's see. This is where I'm waiting to die. So when you feel like you're waiting to die, you got to figure out if there is any plan that does the trick. I mean, certainly it starts with casting a light shield, so I'll do that. And so I don't know what the plan is. I think we're dead, but we only had one play, so it's not like there was a choice. Yeah, I gotta remember on red stuff is where that's at, so we can actually block the links, for example. Or at least make them use, yeah, what does a Dam Breaker do for us? Dam Breaker blocks the ground pretty well, so that would be a place to start. Onboard tricks. Didn't matter. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's about all you want from a magic curve out is like that, is to hit 5 mana, stop, and then just draw nothing but spells to add to the board for the rest of the game. That was pretty difficult. They do have Tybalt, but we don't want to roll reverse Tybalt. Maybe the transmutation is worth playing. And this is actually where we need to cut. Raptor, I can't bring myself to play this card. I know what they're doing is attacking on the ground, but it doesn't do its job enough. If its job is to be good against the early rushes of aggro, I just don't like that everybody can attack past it. If I had a 1/3 for 1 or 2, I would play that. I think we're going to try this, though. All right. Go, go. Something, something. All right, they had the double arrow last time to wreck our sweet Strix opener. Was considering Saheeli, but now she comes down into a 2/2. I think I'm going to go with the second Strix here. they had missed, it would be an easy Saheeli, but I don't think so. Which is too bad, because we could go Saheeli, and if we draw a land, we would have had a two spell play. Okay, I'd like to see that. Got our land. Can't really see spark doubling here, though. And we have the problem with uncommon planeswalkers in this set. And as mentioned, the spark double problem. Sometimes you just don't have what you want to do. Contentious plan for no value, spark double for low value. And we're in a race that we're going to have trouble winning at this rate. Maybe has to be contentious plan for no value, looking for a land to find Dambreaker. Draws out the arrow, but I'm going to let this time, because I really want to think this through. Because the other option is next, if we wait, if we go spark double for less value, but then next turn we get Saheeli into contentious plan if we find a land, which creates a defender for Saheeli, and then would proliferate the spark doubled Strix and Saheeli. So despite the low impact of spark doubling a Strix, I am going to do that. Really want to land off the top here. They have the +1/+0 combat trick and the arrows, so they certainly have either arrow or that combat trick, and we are not going to block here. If it's an arrow, we might as well, because they're going to get us on the attack back anyway. But actually, we can get, between Saheeli and Contentious, the Sky Theater Strix can get out of arrow range on the attack back, so I'm going to take it. Right, the attack is the block is so good if they don't have tricks, which is why they have tricks. We're almost sure of it, But we really need to land off the top to execute the plan we want to get going here. Okay.
My creations are things of beauty.
Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 through the air. Oh, that's true. It is still vulnerable, but they tapped out below that. I was thinking it got that we would be able to proliferate it up to 5 toughness, but I was wrong on the count. But yeah, they're in arrow range, but they don't have the arrow possible. And now we have a chumper. So yeah, let's spark double is ETB. It's when it enters. We're gonna race. Yeah, and we don't need a minus though. Next turn, we can turn a servo into a Strix and time twist. Yes, we can't. And now Saheeli may be dead, but certainly Oppo suggesting arrow. So how do we beat arrow? We want to land. Let's get this Dambreaker going. Okay, not a land, but does at least bump the Strixes. Twist beats arrow. but should we just advance? I mean, like, it's true. +3. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. It's not lethal damage, though. But it, I just want to make sure we don't die on the crack. We'll have our own defender, I guess. Okay, I'll do it. I think you can make an argument for either one. But we know 100% they've got arrow. We just know. Like, it's 100%. It's not 100%? So you're saying it's not 100%? Fine. Just do it like this. Ah, so we did have a win. I didn't believe it. I thought this play was a little safer. Looks like we had the win, but I took the more conservative line. No need to block there, right? They can get 6. This one white gives them a little bit more, and we have 2 flyers to get around their griffin, so I think we just got it. I guess there's that, is this the redirection one? Is there a 1 mana, like, damage redirection? Well, right now we just win on the attack, so let's start there. Yeah, Gideon's sacrifice could get us. Well, people have played it. People have played worse. Alright. Cool, we got there. Not sure if that last couple turns line was optimal. It was good enough to get the job done in that game, but I don't know if we exposed ourselves to a worse win percentage or a better one with that final choice. Not sure. Nice 2-0 start, though. We're already in the gems on the free-to-play. If we can pick up one more from here, we are officially at profit. All right, an anonymous cheer with the full-on Dala. Wow, what do I do for that? Thanks, anonymous cheerer. Well, maybe. If we have exhaustively thought through all possible plays that Oppo could have, yes. I just don't know if we've done that. We do have a turn 2 play. If we find any blue, we're pretty happy. Yeah, it's okay. Is it better than a 6? Hey, Dionysus. It's alright. We're 2-0 with it so far. Mostly just a Skies deck. That's a Psy keep. A Seep. Wrong color, but at least we got some more land. Light Shield or Island would be a fine draw here. How about neither, Ryan? Oppo not doing anything before 3 is good, though. Unfortunately, we're not doing anything on 3, which is worse. Nah, no bombs unless you consider Kasmina a bomb. Somebody say Kasmina? Casmina, you're only a bomb when you show up with blue mana. Alright, Light Shield gives us something to do, but why do I feel like we're not going to really get to be able to block that Mowu? I think I'm going to attack, and our plan for Mowu is going to involve transmutation, although if we got to do that soon. It gets to be a 3/3 if they activate it once. But again, I don't think I'm blocking. It's pretty rough to be, quote, racing these two cards, but I really don't think I was going to want to block with the links, so might as well attack. Although I'm already in how do we win this game mode. Yep. Loyal pain in the butt, Mowu. I think this one is... Alright, that's the exact card we needed to even have any chance whatsoever. Now let's see what we can do about this. Probably just need to Wanderer Strike Mowu and ignore it for now, but not put Casmina in harm's way. Almost makes me want a Jace's Triumph, or just throw a Transmutation on Wolf or Populace. Probably Populace before it starts getting counters. And then maybe we do offer links for Wolf. I think I like that now. We're putting basically all of our fortunes on a land off the top for that Mowu, but that's the plan.
Much to learn from symbiotic relationships.
Do you say that every time when there's a Mowu in play?
I will help you through this.
Crazy. I would so slam more Mowu counters there, though. Although maybe they... Yeah, I don't know. Alright, well, we found this. Doesn't save us entirely or anything, but we can definitely strike Mowu. I mean, we have no choice but to do that, so let's start there. And we don't have the space to attack Zhang, so we stay back on D. We want to stay ahead of Wolf's toughness with links so that we can continue to, threaten to block it.
Share in my strength.
What? What do you mean? All I'm saying is I want Pouncing Link's power to be 1 plus Wolf's toughness, so that if they Zhang the toughness, they still trade. Okay, what can we do to survive? Maybe if we get land, we do actually Casmina with Teferi. available. No luck there, so I guess we need... Well, actually still could. Let's do Kasmina...
It's us or them. I hope you choose the right side.
Oh, I think I had mentioned yesterday that I had misevaluated Wolf because in my head it had the flipped rules text instead of the rules text it does have. Yeah, it seems like Oppo's getting a little greedy with proliferate or just being conservative. They have me at 4 and they just want to get super wide and then there's not much I can do about it. I get that too.
We are the future.
That's the killer. We really needed a land there. And probably actually don't even have time for the dam breaker at this point. We may have a more realistic survival chance on next if we survive the turn. We don't even probably survive the turn, but if we do, we'd rather have Time Twist, Strix, and Arrow than a dam breaker. So I'm actually going to get rid of the dam breaker because we're going to need to cast a bunch of stuff next turn if we survive. I haven't done the math. I'm assuming we're not, but we have no attacks, and we try to block and survive and see.
Let the nightly hunt commence. This is your hunt now.
We really do want to be aggro in the skies here to beat this deck. We don't have enough on the ground to hold off the monstrosities that Oppo is putting together here and presumably proliferating.
Be your best self.
But we do this, and we do this. Yeah, I wish we could punish Oppo for their play a little more than we have been, but let's look for outs. Look for outs. Is 2 arrows and out? Yeah, I think we're... Oh, yeah, we chump and arrow, and we survive next turn. Or we could light shield and single arrow. That's another option. Yeah, maybe we should do that. And... might need the Time Twist to reset Kasmina in a world in which we somehow win this game. So what is the least important? Is it actually just the Triumph? That we don't have time for Triumph? Crazy, but I think it's like we don't have time for Triumph. Like, if we want to draw cards, I would rather reset... that. So let's do that. And yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, although maybe I should have put the counter here because of that. In my head, we're using Time Twist on Kasmina, but we'll see.
Nature guide you.
In fact, we might do that this turn, so let's stop on their second main. I mean, Time Twist just gets us more bodies. No, that's right. We have to arrow on this turn. Okay. This. 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 Lynx plus arrow. Still doesn't let us kill. Unfortunately, we're sitting here chumping and we need to find a trade. We're not really finding the trade. Yeah, we keep needing a land. Land would have given us a couple of things to do. But we'll do Link's Arrow. Or maybe Strix's Arrow. I think I'd rather chump with Strix. I don't think so. It was never what we were intending to use Time Twist on. I think if we hadn't put the Light Shield on, this would be gone. Put that on a 3/3, and that's we were going to Divine Arrow it anyway, so that's okay.
Go, my children, fight!
This is not winning magic, but it is survival magic. I think that's it. Not much we can do about this now. Yeah, we're done. We tried. Time Twist was difficult to use there. I'm liking Amass for competing with ground creatures. There's also the Battalion that does that, and I think I like that over Stealth Mission, although Stealth Mission maybe does the thing of racing that we're trying to accomplish here. Maybe we're even off of, like, Dam Breaker. And I still don't want to go to 16. Dam Breaker's too good if we do get to that point. That over, yeah. But if it goes later, the Dam Breaker is so good against what they're doing. Yeah, you're right though. I mean, that's what I was saying in game 1, is that if we're gonna win this, we're gonna dump stuff and go. So alright, that's plan A. We're gonna dump stuff and go. Hey, Peas. It's a pretty swingy format. Not only is it swingy because you may or may not get a rare or mythic bomb, but it's swingy because a lot of the cards that play like bombs don't play like bombs all the time. They play like bombs 65% of the time and then are frustratingly unplayable 35% of the time. And so there's swinginess even down in how the cards are playing out on an individual level. If we get a steady stream of land here, this is great, so we're going to hope for that. Good, good. Land, land. Light Shield or Battalion? Probably depends on what they do, but I'm leaning Battalion. Yeah, with them doing nothing, definitely Battalion. See if they've got an arrow they want to use. No. Preferred another land, but we'll do this. and go ahead and offer for that stinger right now. It's going to trade for it eventually. Oh, woo. All right, we're a little bit all in here, but let's do it. Need this Strix to survive. If it does, I think we're in great shape. If not, we got a bunch of O3s staring at a growing doggy.
Diversity of life on each plane gives it personality. Teamwork is strength.
No blocks yet. Triumph, you say. Contentious Plan draws us 1 card and makes the Strix bigger. Triumph draws us 2 and makes the Strix bigger. If we do this and draw the 1, and it is a land, we literally can't do anything. Might as well, I guess, Triumph here. Okay, found some land, and found Transmutation to keep this to a 3/3 if that's what we want to do. And yeah, as much as I want to keep race, as much as I want to race, I don't think we let Mowu get more counters.
We'll find our
We pack one, picked one, the blue-blue-red switcheroo, and we second picked Spark Double. Okay. I like Transmutation Contentious Plan here. Well, let's start with the Contentious Plan. Well, if we transmute here, it's because we don't want Mowu to get bigger, and we want to lose the Trample and Vigilance, which is relevant. If we do here, it just turns a 4/5 that we can chump into a 1/1 that we can block forever. Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm not sure about this choice. I think with the Transmutation, let's also, I like that this just gets rid of Trample. I think our ability to withstand and win this race improves greatly when Trample isn't involved. I'm gonna chump the 4. We save more life doing a turn-by-turn chump of the 4 than a double chump there. Plus a 3/3 actually threatens to trade, not just chump. Don't have 2 spells here, but at least the Relentless Advance triggers the Strix. Do we take out Arlen, or we just go for the win? I think we just go for the win. If they could have done something about the Strix, they would have done so by now. So I think we just try to survive the turn. And that means Relentless Advance, attack them. We lose to some spells here, but I think that was the right play. Based on their play so far, especially. Skies deck doing Skies deck things. Is there minus... like, is there any reason to put a counter on this before attacking? Like, is 5 better than... 6 toughness better than 5? Or I don't think so. I'm going to attack and make them have something here, and then we even have some defenses if need be. Unnecessary. Yeah, cruelty was instant, so we're better off somehow trying to do that at instant speed, but we couldn't, so yeah. Alright, it worked. Let's run it back. Does this get anything that we care about from them? No. That was just kind of a rare draft. Alright. 1 win to profit. Will we get there? Don't know. We'll keep this and hope for a 2. 2 shots at a 2 that make this sequence a lot more interesting. There's one. Oh, I saw the 2 mana and didn't see what it was, but not the 2 I was looking for, Magic Gods. Very well played. Probably go ahead and Divine Arrow that to use our mana. Although maybe it's just more important to save it for something bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. We got Light Shield that Stonewall's an opportunist. I get caught up in wanting to use all my mana every turn since that so often produces a win, but it's just not worth it here. Chat caught up with me, or I caught up to chat on that one as I thought it through. Well, now we have a reasonable target for the Divine Arrow. Not this turn, though. Maybe not even next turn. I'm not sure we want to take the turn off to do that, but... Spark... another Light Shield doesn't get us much, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and ready the arrows. Actually, let's do this, because this still is in arrow range. See what they want to do. Oh. Well, let's do this, then. I don't think they have anything. I could wait and do this after combat and take 5, but I'm just going to try and do it without it. I think they were just moving in here and hoping that was going to be really good for them. Worth the sacrifice of the opportunist. Alright, let's make a second Light Shield and then pump them up. I don't know, I have to think about that. Couldn't they... Yeah, maybe so. But there were a lot of things they could have that we just blow them out with. Can't block the wolf here, so we'll attack. Who are you etting at, Stratic? Me or somebody in chat? Oh, Vaporkin. What's up with you, Vaporkin? I don't know, sometimes you, is that a joke, or are you... I don't know. I know there was that one time that Vaporkin wanted me to lose because I rare drafted. Maybe he's just still bitter about that. Spark doubling a light shield would create one that could actually block the wolf. So we're low enough that I think we need to do that here. Right up the chain of light shields. Well, Vaporkin, I don't know if you truly left already, but I wish you nothing but the best.
Gods bless us in our righteous cause.
Yikes. Now I have to read. Okay. 4/4. Prevent all damage.
Share in my light.
Indestructible. Unfortunately, we can't quite get Gideon without offering up a free light shield. If we attacked with everything, we probably get Gideon for 1, but then we're tapped out at 10. Alright, well, here's our spell. I'm going to play it. Yeah, we could, but then they go block here, block here, block here with the... oh, I guess... I was thinking... wait. Until... end of turn. Okay, yeah, then we can. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we can block Gideon, though. That's the other thing. We can just hang back. But this does... Let's see. If we attack like this... They, block here and chump here. And then are still in a pretty decent spot. Alright, we'll do it. And there's some cost for them attacking into us as well.
Prepare for battle!
Gideon is a messed up card. Alright. We've got Vaporkin McBain here with the comedy hour. That's the joke. It's all good, Vaporkin. Glad you're here. Not glad that Pollen Bright Druid is here. Makes this much harder for us. What does Gideon do? Again, exiles stuff. My goodness. We could go to 1 or go to 5. I guess we go to 5. We can't be in a spot where letting any blocker through is just lethal, or any attacker through is lethal. Gideon's minus is a big problem for us now. But let's see what we find. We did not find much, but I don't think we're... yeah, we're stone dead. They just have to Gideon minus and attack with everything, and we've got no blocks. So, unable to find profit in this one, but we get one more shot. Yeah. It's good to have Vaporkin here, because then somebody's happy at the end of every match, no matter what. Vaporkin's like the guy at the craps table betting against everybody. Yeah, we're dead. All right, Oppo, you got us. Where are you from, Vaporkin? You chat in what looks like Russian sometimes. Are you from Russia? Are you from that region? Let's go back in here and try and notch profit. I've known some Russians, and they are kind of the McBains of comedy. All right, looks good. Should we put light shield on Strix or Lynx? Well, yeah, if a truck of weed crashed on your street, Vaporkin, that does explain, like, a lot. Did it catch on fire, perhaps? Hey, Coax, good to have you back. I really don't want to be president, actually, but if you could work on somebody else, on a replacement, I wouldn't mind that. Let's see. Anyway, serious question. Strix or Lynx? What do we want to... Maybe just get the evasive threat bigger? They're red? Yeah, I'm going to do evasive threat. Yes, Strix... Vaporkin's enjoying some attention. I feed trolls sometimes, it's true, but that's because... Let's see if they've got 4 damage for this. No. All right. And like cats, I'm attracted to them despite my occasional better instincts. Let's see. We'll just double cast here, but attack with the Strix first. We're definitely playing an island, although there's no need to do that before we contend. Let's go ahead and transmute the small guy. Now it means the Crunch can attack alone, but I don't mind it attacking alone as a 1/1, and it gives us good attacks even with the Lynx. I don't know if they just wanted to counter or didn't care, but I'm happy with that exchange. I love all of our furry friends. I'm a dog. I don't think I'll ever own a cat. I will only ever own... I even hate saying own. I will only ever adopt a dog to be a friend in my house, but I really appreciate the cats that I meet. But it's all hit and miss. Like, just like I've described having children is like the ultimate game of D&D. You introduce a new character into the world and roll its stats and make the best of make the best of the stats you roll. And I think dogs and cats are somewhat like that as well. If I could wave my wand and have Rocket be a little bit less barky. Now maybe I could have done that if I had also trained him a little bit better, but the prenuptial agreement said that training was not my responsibility. Of course, the prenuptial agreement said a lot of things were not my responsibility that I find myself doing every day now. That's alright, I love that hound. Yeah. Yeah, if you're willing to commit to the training, you can basically get any dog to do whatever you want, but it's a commitment. Training that's real. Well, they got a flyer just in time to prevent us from cruising to victory here on the surface. However, if we attack with all four, they go block, 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 chump, eat, take one and go to 3. Then we have a 3-4, a 2-1, and they have a 3-3 and a 3-4, and we're just at an impasse. I don't think attack all is good for us. I don't think it gets us farther enough along. Whereas if we get a single non-creature spell, the attack becomes much better. So I think we have to wait for that. That's funny. Draconis's cat sheepishly brought the towel to clean up after itself. Funny. I do like Rocket and I communicate very well. Like I know his words that he knows, and he knows how to indicate yes and no to me. So it is really fun to be so symbiotic and communicative with an animal that you can have that kind of exchange. I really like that. What did that get them exactly? Oh, that gets us a dead Strix. Ah, this is slipping away from us right as we had it. Like,
do delicate.
what does this even say? Okay. Yeah, this gets us a must block now, so this is good. Even if they go, let's see, this can become a 5/5, but we're gonna make this a 5/6, right? Or no, a 5/5 as well. It's gonna be a 5/5, but at least that trades. Well, let's see what we get. Oh yeah, Jaya is also making it bigger, but I think we at least get a trade here, which is good. We have to attack, so we get a trade. Ah, too bad that we can't... We're one off of dam breaking on this turn as well. Does that mean we wait? No, I don't think we do. I think we go ahead and... Well, yeah, let's think about the Lynx attack. Yeah, I guess we do trade a Lynx. We do this. Let's try this. Although, yeah, that works. Okay. So that was messy.
Who's up for a catastrophe?
I'm okay with that. We just need to find some flying again. Sure, Vaporkin, you just do the opposite of every one of my choices and you'll win like 85% of the time. We have card drawing spells, so that's why, but it's tough because we also have looting. When you have both card drawing and looting, it's not always clear to me exactly how you should be approaching that. Let's see, if we block the profit, we're looking at, it gets 1, it's 1, then it'll get 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Looks like, can't we block the profit here and have it work? Right. 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 6 toughness. I see it as a good block, so I'm going to try it. Yeah, they probably have 2 tricks. They're doing a bunch, but also how do we beat it if not? Yeah, they might just be willing to grow the populace, but I think to have a chance here, we have to try this. They had to work for it. Rising populace indeed. Well, there's the card draw that I was dumping all those lands to possibly support. Let's cast like this, though. All right. Folks, we have hope. We cannot... Oh, boy. We can't play the Sphinx and bounce the shield or we just straight lose. So I'm actually considering spark doubling. Oh no, because then no, yeah. Yeah, let's spark double. And then next turn we get bounce, make it a 4, make it lethal, and still have... I'm going to do it here. I don't think it matters, because one's going to die and one's coming back. But we want to bring back the spark double so that we copy the Rescuer Sphinx. Or does it matter? I guess it doesn't really matter. We have the mana to do both. Ooh, Divine Arrow, interesting. think I like. Yeah, Stratic, I'm not sure it matters. We just need a creature either way, or we can leave the arrow up even. No, we need the creature, because we gotta block the 7/7. Wait, oh, no, decline, yeah, decline that. Do we? Let's see. If we block here... If we block here, they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess you're right. Right, I mean, is maybe the best way... Is the way to win that they don't see it? Like, I don't know how we win if we double chump. Yeah, we're dead to the invader, but I think we have to make them see it. I mean, we see it, and we're gonna lose, but the best chance to win is that they miss their lethal here. That's the only chance. Looks like they found the trick. And they literally found the trick. Misplay outs rarely produce the result you're looking for, but they do more surprising numbers of times. They didn't actually see it, you know? Where does that leave us? Again, against the aggro deck here. I think he did. Since since Oppo stood pat on 6 damage, I think they saw it. If they didn't see the Jaya damage, they would have sacked the town. Counter a trick, yeah, maybe, but then the trouble is that they usually have the mana left over to immediately recast it anyway. Seems like fancy play syndrome to me to bring that in, but maybe not to bring in again some ground support here. This doesn't feel good against them to me. I'm gonna try this. All right. Has some potential. Needs some land, but we got our 2s online. Get to be aggro here. What percentage of the collection? Let's see. Might be a way to look that up. With Strix can block an initiate, although again they're so full of combat tricks. If the initiate comes in, we can certainly get that read on things. Do we want to make him trade a trick right now for that? Nah. I'm gonna go with links and attack. Yeah, I was excited to have a forced block opportunity for that stupid flyer. Maybe. Maybe we could have gotten the Strix up to attack past it. It's a reasonable idea. Ooh. Now we've got to do the plan, unfortunately, just to try and get some land. But we can start with an attack. I guess that was maybe not a trade I wanted to make. That's quasi-punt, I think. I don't think it matters all that much, but I think we just would rather have that for the light shield or whatever. Honestly, I was thinking we had first strike and they didn't. That's why I made that attack. That's why the bad attack happened. And light shield... or Saheeli. If we go Saheeli, we're basically accepting that she ticks down one, but note that they're stuck on 2. And then we start... But what are we actually even triggering? We don't trigger Saheeli much coming up. We're not going to stealth mission soon. We're not going to Wanderer Strike soon. So I'm going to go ahead and light shield. Yeah, it'd be great to get to 3-1 on this, obviously. And if we do, I will, yeah, quite happy. Now, with no pressure, I think maybe we can, Saheeli.
Behold, new wonders.
All right. They have combat tricks to make this Prophet just go insane, so we'll see what they do. Okay, good to see, good to see. I don't know what... If they had attacked first at Saheeli, I would not have had an easy play. I'm going to contentious plan, and we're going to hope like heck that we find a land, and then we turn on this arrow. We do! Now we want to block to fire off a bunch of combat tricks and then hopefully have the arrow for it, but nope. They're crunching it. You're talking about the rare draft chart made by our own Velociraptor. That's here. Right, yeah, Stratic is not saying we misdrafted. It's this is the deck we ended up with, and we're doing our best to make it work. We could Wanderer's Strike. We could Rescuer's Sphinx something back. I kind of like keeping up Divine Arrow if possible. What does that allow us to do? Only Stealth Mission? If we do that? I don't think I like Stealth Mission here. We have a chump for the crunch. I'm gonna... Or maybe even Rescuer's Sphinx Saheeli. That's okay too. I kind of want to Spark Double the Rescuer Sphinx is the thing. Like, what does Spark Double Saheeli really get us? It gets us a bunch of tokens. I think it's more powerful to Spark Double a Rescuer Sphinx. So I'm going to start here. And just bring back Saheeli. There's something we want to Wanderer's Strike. Glad we waited. We might wait again to do it after we have Saheeli down and maybe even a Spark Double and a Stealth Mission. Like, we'll get this eventually with the Wanderer's Strike, I think, but I like continuing this plan for now.
You've never seen anything.
I'm going to wait
like
on
this.
Stealth Mission. I'm going to save Divine Arrow here. We could turn this into a 3/2 flyer and Stealth Mission it, or we could, yeah. So there's that. Well, my thought on the quote free tricks is that if we block, we have Divine Arrow to get them. If they have multiple tricks, that could still work. So that's my greed here, is how many tricks do they have? And I'm going to play to that. I'm going to see if we can make this Divine Arrow work. They're showing us that one outright. Did they time that wrong? So that's not available to them, right? They do not have the sprint right now. Okay. I think they wanted to do that during my second main. That's a note for everybody. If you want to do the trick Oppo was trying, you gotta put a stop on your opponent's second main. So if we do here and here, and hope they only have one trick. That's my plan. They're coming after us and not Saheeli. All right, moment of truth. How many sprints do they have? Good news is we get 4 plus the, like, a sprint doesn't actually kill our Sphinx or anything. So even if they have an answer here, hopefully our Rescuer Sphinx still combines with the arrow to take out the Redeemed. And we have Wanderer's Strike. So I like our control here. Does this survive Feather Leaving? Probably, since they're effect zone stuff. Alright, they did manage to save, in fact, Feather, but we still have the Wanderer's Strike, so I still think that was a good turn for us overall. We just got a lot of sprints to beat here. With 7, we don't have 2 spells along with the Wanderer's Strike. We do have Spark Double and Stealth Mission, but we'll save that for next turn and just Wanderer's Strike here. You can actually just do this too. It doesn't even help. Just makes it. In fact, it makes it. We can make this an 0-3 instead. All right. Well, I'm actually going to leave all of them back because technically, no, they got all these combat tricks. I'm going to send one. Be nice if we found something better to double. If we found Kasmina, that would be sweet. Take Kasmina over doubling Saheeli here. Okay, with 2 of these, we have 4-2. They can make 4-2 go around. We could put everything on the Kronk, and it would trade for all of it. These plus that. Plus 2 of those annoying spells, though, so there is that. If we put 3 on, they can't even do 1 and get much value out of that. If we don't block the Prophet, they can go 4, 5, 6. They get 7 in. I think we're gonna do this plan. See what you want to do about that. A hefty price, but a hefty price was paid on both sides, so I'm okay with that. And that's not what we wanted to see, really, but we have the plays we have, so let's do them.
Together, we'll create great things, you and I.
Yeah, not the most impressive thing you've ever seen. But we can get in front of a Prophet. Prophet has the capability to be 2-3 plus 2-1 is 4-4, so they can be a 4-4. Pegasus, a big threat and a land, not what we wanted to see. Darn it. Starting to slip away. Started 2-0, now we're facing the old Vaporkin pleasing 2-2. Don't think there's anything we can do, though. And I'm not sure that activating these does anything either, so... Yeah, I did the math on the sprint out, and it didn't look great for them to do that, to just accept the dead Crunch and get me to low life. Yeah, we're Dobbs if they do it. Again, we're gonna make them see it. I think. Let's see. No, wait. They're only at 6, right? They need. Oh yeah, with this, we're dead. Yep. They got a trick. We're gonna make him have it. We're gonna make him do it. But I think we are approaching the end here. We're going to play a little more, though, so this stream is not over. I got something to share with you all after this brutal loss. Okay. Maybe they're just being... Sure. Okay, they've got that for the win. Yeah, they were playing around Divine Arrow and getting a win that survived even Divine Arrow, so good play from Oppo. We didn't really get the draws to support a competitive effort in those games, unfortunately, a little too floody. But they were still good games. And at least we got some gems back. Always a bummer though to start 2-0 and then not find that third win. Nonetheless, building up our collection, we'll take a look at these packs.
Together, we will prevail.
I'm Sorin Markov, Lord of Innistrad.
So, I said I had something to share, and we've been playing. We've been working on a little blue-green brew that Jay Schneider started, and Nick and I kind of played around with a little bit this weekend. And Jay has made an adjustment. He wanted to add black to the deck to give it a little ways to interact with opponents doing janky stuff that you just want to interact with. So I have a version of that I want to try. But I also wanted to say that what Jay and I are going to try is see what happens if we introduce some regular brewing content to this stream. So the initial plan is going to be that Friday afternoon, so about this time on Fridays, as I'm hitting my normal stopping time on Friday around noon, we're going to bring Jay on a separate cam and co-stream some brewing sessions and do some deck building with him, do some play testing, and take a brewer's deck forward. One thing I like about this idea is that, like, a lot of the viewers I have are trying to make their way in a free-to-play level, and getting some brewer deck building ideas from Jay and how to approach brewing from a limited number of cards is also a useful skill for a lot of my limited playing viewers who are trying to figure out how to make the best of their gem grinding days from an account that does not have a full set of cards. So we're going to add that to the mix and see how it goes. If it goes well, we'll keep it going. If people like it, we'll keep it going. But as always, the number one thing I find is defining your content and putting it at the same place every time. So we're going to go for end of Friday streams, and we'll also do a binder stream at some point. I want to look through Jay's binders with him, and we'll do that some Friday.